first and 10, and Mattingly, the senior, a heads-up play.
I see the Kyle Oral Fry back there.
It'll be Justin Eves at 5'10", 180, lining up over the center. Mike Jansen on first and 10. Nelson leaves it up the middle with Boblet, running room 35, pulling ahead to the 36, and maybe pick up a 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. As Marshall County's big defensive front, led by Kendale, wins it at 6'175", a senior on the right side. Dustin Hodges at 6'1", 170, also a senior at the left defensive end position. Pick up a 4, second down and 6. Nelson County is wide to the right. Comes Wes Bradley as a straight ahead handoff. No, second man through. Ray Childs to the 40, spins away 45, loose at midfield. 45, 40, runs through a tackle of Bobby Sanders at the 30 and out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Stopped in the line of scrimmage, but not stopped in forward motion. Ripping off a run deep into Marshall County territory. Junior running back Ray Childs.
I tell you, on the broadcaster better each week, and he broke a couple tackles, went a long way.
He's over 1,100 yards now on the season after that 36-yard rip-off right tackle handoff. Bob Gilfull inside the 25. Down near the 23-yard line. Ankle tackle made by the linebacker Brett Gibbs. Otherwise, Boblet was
the start of the year up to now, and once again, they're controlling line of scrimmage early in this ball game.
We mentioned Gibbs at 6'2", 235. His linebacker made 5'9", 175. Matt Holt is Stone runs the option left at the 20. Late pitch to Sims. Football is loose. Sims gets back to the throwing. A player out of the way. Jeremy Reed in position to make the catch.
See how Marshall would play that option. Henderson had a lot of trouble with the first pass, but Marshall played it well.
Baxter split behind Stone on third down and 4. Gives it with Boblet. He's got the first down and more at the 10. Running inside down to the 7-yard line. Marshall tries to poke the ball away to no avail as Kyle Boblet makes it first down and goal to go. Goal to go. Nelson County setting up shop. Actually, they're going to make it first and 10, saying that Boblet went down right at the 10-yard line. Kyle again. Not going to get much off left tackle as converging Matt Holt along with Kendale wins it on the stop. The first play for Nelson.
Down in this territory gets awful tough, so let's hope Reliant continues to come off that ball well.
Nelson brings in Brian Sims, replacing Corey Mattingly, and through the backfield in motion goes Sims. Stone to the end zone. Brian Sims, leaping catch. No, they say he did not come up with the football as Sims was near the end line and apparently bobbled it on his way to the sideline. Great pass by...
And from this distance, looked like he had his hands on it, just couldn't pull it in.
Ball just inside the near hash mark, right side at the 8-yard line. Wide to the right is Sims. Stone rolls. Stone throws. Overshoots an open receiver. Sims in the corner of the end zone. Gabe, I think, thought about running. And the second option, he was way off the money. Fourth down and about 8 yards to go. Here comes the field goal team. Nelson County wanting points. Whether it be a field goal or a touchdown.
Twice we had an opportunity there for touchdown passes. Once it looked like Brian couldn't come up with it. That time he was open and gave a little hesitant before he threw it. He completely missed it.
3 out of 4 in field goals is Chris Shelburne as the ball will be spotted down at the 16, making it a 26-yard field goal. The hold by Ross Brown down. The kick is wide to the right and no good.
Done a great job kicking extra points and field goals for us this year, and certainly he doesn't need to get his head down about that. The opportunity to come again, hopefully somewhere down the road.
There'll be a single backfield or single back in the backfield. Bevel behind the quarterback. Gary Rockney is on first down. Fullback dive. Rockney over the 24, leaning toward the 25-yard line, and Mike Nelson first down picks up a sizable gain. Gary Rockney, a good faker, like Gabe Stone at quarterback, and Tony Bevel, the fullback, averaging nearly 5 yards per carry. He's the second leading rusher on the team at 485 yards coming in.
You'll hear us talk about momentum all night long. Certainly, first drive, Nelson certainly had a lot of momentum on their side. A field goal failed, and it'll be interesting to see how the momentum swings now.
Wide to the right, Philip Ladd is on the top sweep. Bobby Sanders looks for running room, finds it up near the 30, over the 33, and out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Nelson County's defense on 2 plays sees Marshall County run for the first down.
I tell you, we've talked about how Ray Childs this year has done a good job following his block.
First and 10 at the 49 as we spot the football. Far hash mark left side as Marshall moves left to right here at Cardinal Field. Jason Caldwell, the nose guard, digs in over the center. Jimmy Riley. There's the toss sweep. Now the reverse is Buddy Morgan in the backfield. He's caught 45, gets a late block, but barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. Kyle Boblet came over to put the
inside. We had defensive help. Elder made the play as far as turning it back in.
Vincent Delaney at 208, Corey Pruitt at 255 of the Nelson defensive tackles. Elder and Jacob Downs are the Nelson County defensive ends on 2nd down and 10. Long count by Rockney, inside handoff. Morgan Harris finding room down to the 45-yard line and about 3 yards shy of the first down at the Nelson County 44.
Nelson County's offensive line. Marshall certainly early in this quarter is established. This is not going to move football very well. Right now, both teams seem to be able to move it.
Nelson's linebackers are Farmer Smith and Kyle Boblet. The secondary, Sims, Stone, Joey Sims, and Ray Childs is running the option, leaving him with the fullback. Bevel's going to come up the yard, maybe 2 shy of the first down, depending on the spot. And it looks like the spot's a very good one by the line judge as he puts it where the guy hit and rolled for an extra 2 yards. We're in Nelson County.
Oh, yeah!
And that's a Marshall County call right there. Tony Bevel giving the 41-yard line. His knee hit at least at the 43.
Just from up here, I would have probably said 4th and a yard and a half to 2 yards, but I believe it's going to be closer than that, and very favorable spot for Marshall County. I'm sure that...
You got to figure Gary Rockney at 6'3", 180 is going to be option number 1, just quarterback sneaking it. Nelson throws to the Marshall 8-yard line before stalling and missing a field goal. The Marshals on play number 6 right now of a drive that started back at their own 20-yard line. 4th down, less than a yard to go as the officials have not set the ball ready for play. Big Mike Jansen, the nose guard, right in front of the center. Rockney, long count, runs ahead.
Nelson finished it all. They lined up that wishbone and just handed off to the dive back, and he picked up a couple yards.
Running option left side, Morgan. He's the dive back down near the 40, or rather near the 36-yard line. Picks up 3 on the play. Running some interesting plays. Usually the fullback in a wishbone is the...
Could have kept it around the end on that play, but he didn't.
Double tight, full house. Wishbone is dropping the pass. Rockney overshoots his intended receiver. Well covered downfield near the 20-yard line was Wes Teckenbrock. But running right with him was Ray Child. Clock stopped on the incompletion at 5:17 in a scoreless first quarter. Marshall County facing 3rd down and a long 6 yards to go as we have motion moving to the line of scrimmage was Jared Morgan, and that'll back Marshall. Still a double tight formation. Sanders the wing right, Morgan the wing left, and Bevel behind the quarterback. Rockney, who drops with plenty of time, fires up the right sideline. Stone in coverage. Sanders in and out of the hands of Stone, off the shoulder pads of Sanders and out of bounds harmlessly. Drive that bogs down at the Marshall 9. Marshall County now snapping the football for play number 10 on this drive as the punter is also the kicker, and it goes off the side of his foot out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Not a play you like.
Marshall punted the ball and he sliced it off the side of his foot, and it didn't go far downfield, and ran to the football, and it may have bounced up, hit one of them, and the referees have signaled that it's Marshall County football, and it looks like the way they're playing it, they have given it to Marshall County. Yes, they have.
I thought that ball went out of bounds before a Nelson player was anywhere near it. Mark Brown, I don't know if he's upset at his players or upset at the officials, but the Marshals keep the football on a huge special team blunder by Nelson as the toss right side Morgan. He lays it on the turf. Scrambles for the football. Nelson gets it. Coming up is Downs, and he has the football. What a break for Nelson right after a huge break for Marshall County. Jacob Downs. John.
So interesting start for this football game.
Zone under center at the 40-yard line with 4:55 remaining in a scoreless opening quarter. Hand off right side. Childs looking for blockers at the 40. Up near the 45. County runs to the football so extremely well, and they delivered a blow on Ray Childs. Bobby Sanders first to get there, and the safety Gary Rockney, but not before Ray picks up nearly 5 yards.
As far as just playing their position, they're doing a great job.
It'll be 2nd down. They'll call it 6 as Childs split left, goes through the backfield in motion. Double handoff, Joey Sims, 45. Up near midfield, he'll be about a yard shy of the first down as he spins forward. And if he gets it loud.
Conway Heaton Ford Chrysler's 79th anniversary sale is going on now in Bardstown.
Both teams experiencing some big game jitters early on. Our Tom McClendon down on the field as the officials have yet to spot the football ready for play. Tom, what's the feeling down there?
Three things, Jeff. It's a brutal night. Winds are really tough. off. It's really, really cold out here. Also, back to you. We'll come back to you.
Stone on the quarterback sneak easily gets the first down, Tom. One, it's brutal and cold. You're down. Well, Nelson County on their second possession have moved it inside of Marshall County territory. Now it's the 48-yard line. Gabe Stone, the quarterback, drops straight back to pass. Now rolls left side. He'll fire left sideline. Caught and out of bounds. Les Bradley at the 41. Stumbles forward to the 40-yard line and an 8-yard first down connection. Gabe Stone that time on the money. You know, the cold may be bothering Gabe on some of those throws where he overshot Ryan Sims on that first drive.
That's true. His arm maybe not a bit warm and should have a strict game while Wes caught 3 or 4 passes. Did a good job.
It'll be second down and a short 2 yards to go. Boblet again, the single setback. He'll take the handoff on the option for him forward. I don't know. He'll fight off 2 tacklers and descending on forward motion may or may not get the first down. Kendall Winsett got a hold of him, and Kyle Boblet fought through his tackle. But one thing Marshall does is they send 3, 4, and 5 players to the football, but that is a first down. Already come into play here tonight and seem to be doing a good job of calling this football game with the back split behind the quarterback Stone. He'll run the opposite side, leave it with Boblet. Nothing doing. Kyle fights the baby. He's off a yard on the play. Gets right to the backfield and penetration coming quickly by a defensive.
Second and 12 here, and Marshall's defense once again stiffening up.
Brian Sims near side left, the single wide receiver is with 2:17 to play. We're scoreless in quarter number 1. Stone, backside pressure, fires across the middle, Sims for the catch at the 25. Speed at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, breaks the tackle at the 5 and down to the 4-yard line. Brian Sims caught it across the middle, outran one Marshall County defender before Philip Ladd caught up with him at the 10. He broke through his tackle and stumbled to a first down.
Almost the entire distance.
29 yards on that connection is Stone after starting out 0 for 2. Has hit back-to-back pass completions. Joey Sims in motion, takes the handoff left side, burrows down near the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, Nelson County. Touchdown, Joey Sims, who fought through 3 potential tacklers to score his.
And he took that one in on a very determined run.
Sims had a great game last week as he rushed for over 70 yards and allowed Childs and Stone to go for over 100. The PAT is up, and it is 7-0. Nelson County with 1:45 to play. He now has 6 scores on the season. Will Shelburne kick it deep to the dangerous tandem of Jared Morgan and Bobby Sanders, or will he hit it low as he does at the 35, rolling at the 30, picked up by a Marshall there, and then takes the knee.
On the kickoff return, and they're very concerned about them breaking one, and they've done that on different occasions this year, so probably a very smart move to slip kick.
3:10 taken off the clock as Nelson County went 60 yards and used 8 plays to do it. Long count by Rockney now through the backfield in motion, and the handoff going to Jeremy Reed up to the 33, maybe to the 34-yard line. A lot of formations the Marshalls use, and not a deceptive offense necessarily, but they just do a great job in executing what they do.
A little counter play there. They brought the back in motion. Instead of bringing him clear across the field, he stopped and on the handoff cut back up on a counter play.
They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. Second down, 6 yards to go. Again, through the backfield in motion goes Reed on a penalty play. They'll have to back the Marshalls up 5 yards as a couple of men on the offensive line decided to move a little bit before.
Their side over there is certainly filled with a lot of standing room over there.
Second down, nearly 11 yards to go as Rockney Audibles looking to the left. Now brings Sanders through the backfield in motion. Option that way. Bevel gets the handoff. He does not get the line of scrimmage. Vincent Delaney low. Farmer Smith up top. They wrap him up.
Quarter.
Nelson County leading 7-0. The clock now down to 13 and running. Looks like Rockney will get off one more play before the end of quarter number 1. Through the backfield in motion goes Reed. And another penalty flag. Maybe delay of game as it took them an awful long time to get that play in. That's what it'll be.
They've been pretty accurate with their passing, but they have a backed up team. They've got a tough situation here.
Reed wing left. Ladd wide to that side is under pressure. Rockney breaks contain to the 30. Spun down and hit in the back at that spot by Kyle Boblet. And on the final play of quarter number 1, we'll come back with Mark. A short punt off the left foot of Justin Locke was headed for out of bounds after a 10-yard shank. Instead, it hit a Nelson County player, and Marshall recovered deep in Nelson territory. This time a low snap, and another left-footed liner, this time in the center of the field, hitting at the 40, rolling inside down to the 37-yard line, but I do believe, Miner, it hit the back of Philip Ladd running at about the 43, so Nelson should pick up 5 or 6 more yards than where the football is planted right now.
That's true, and the referees are...
The guy standing to the left of me is celebrating anniversary number 22 tonight. You better say hi to your wife.
Well, I'm sure she's in the concession stand.
Back split behind the quarterback. Stone is now Childs. Comes through there in motion. Handoff. Boblet 45. Loose at midfield. Stumbling for a first down at the 47-yard line in Marshall County territory. Boy, you know Kyle Boblet's got to feel good.
That's the best run thus far.
That'll be an 11-yard carry for Boblet. First and 10. Nelson just inside the 47 in Marshall territory. Here comes Childs, right side. Looking for a block. He's not going to find it. Marshall cuts him down at the line of scrimmage. Once he hesitated, that gave Bobby Sanders a chance to slide down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Matt Holt, was already there.
I tell you, he's been involved with Coach all these years, and here tonight, their anniversary, while here I am calling the ball game.
Marshall's anniversary. The Marshalls are in town. It's Stone. Play action rolls left. Pressure steps up, now fires left sideline. All alone. He dropped it right in his hand, headed for the end zone. And oh my, does Brian Sims wish he had another chance at that football.
Well, I tell you what, you can't throw a prettier pass. It was right on the money. Brian play later in the game, and Brian will catch this.
With a 6 gun at either hip, the Marshalls dodged a big bullet there. Now 3rd down and 10 as Stone goes into the shotgun for the first time. Deep pressured. He's inside midfield in Marshall territory. Likely to get an offensive hold call against Nelson, too. Marshall brought the house. Gabe Stone had nowhere to go.
He had nowhere to go. We went shotgun, and they brought everybody. And we've got a holding call here as the Anderson see if they take it. I doubt if they do, since it's going to be 4th down. But they brought everybody, and Gabe did not stand a chance for that particular play.
How big is territory when they won 42-41 in triple overtime earlier this year? No pressure as Stone with plenty of time gets away a high tumbling kick, sending Sanders back to his 8-yard line. Fields in there, drops the football, but he falls on it. Back around the 7-yard line. Nelson couldn't get the kind roll there, but what they do get is great field position from minute 16 seconds to play in quarter number 2. Nelson County 7, Marshall County nothing. The Marshalls give it straight ahead. Tony Bevel with room. No, make that Bobby Sanders. Off right tackle, bounces over the 10 and up near the 15-yard line. So the Marshalls, if they can pick up a couple of first downs, will turn field.
We can hold them here in the punt where we can get the ball in the middle of the field.
2nd down, call it 4. Same play right side, but an option pitch deep in the backfield. Morgan takes the football, takes it up near the 20-yard line. That'll be awfully close to a first down for Marshall County. Nice job of running the option by Gary Rockney as it looked like
Middle of the field. Both sides, they run option that deep.
full house wishbone backfield behind Gary Rockney, the grandson of Newt. Off tackle, it'll be awfully close. Stacked up and falling forward at the last moment. Looks to be the running back, Bobby Sanders, but it's going to be very close. They'll signal first down, Marshall County.
Very favorable mark once again, but big change this field position in their favor.
Well, they've got to feel good, down only 7-0 right now with the football and 9:02 running on a second quarter clock. Trapped to the up back and nothing doing. Has taken the football and then taken a mouthful of Nelson County defenders. Looked to be the fullback, Tony Bevel. No, instead again, it's going to be Bobby Sanders, who they've now lined up and have won on the play, is again the full house backfield employed by Gary Rockney. Play action looking across the in and out of the hands of the receiver, Ladd, and then through the 26th in the opening half after that incomplete pass. There'll be a twin wide receiver set to the right side of the field as Rockney goes into the shotgun. He'll roll right. He's under pressure. Where's the Bevel, but he's not going to fool Nelson County, although he did fool the absolute heck out of this broadcaster. Looked like Rockney was going to be dead to rights. He somehow did a Statue of Liberty play, the one we used to do in the front yard in Tony Bevel. Were it not for the waiting arms of Nelson County's Gabe Stone and Vincent Delaney, may have been running punter in the ball game. Now will be Donald Davis for Marshall County as he's got a lot of time, gets away a low liner, hitting it 25. The football still doesn't bother to go into a return formation the next time Marshall punts. If they do, straight ahead off Bevel. Nelson C quickly back on the field. Wasn't caught unawares there. Mattingly.
These people, it's the people running downfield to block that's not getting out of the way of the ball.
You wouldn't have thought the punt would be a weapon for Marshall County, especially on ones kicked as poorly as they have been tonight. Through the backfield in motion, Sanders gets the straight ahead handoff, breaking tackle. First down inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line. And Nelson D finds that they did their job the first go-round. Now giving it.
They're on the inside their 40-yard line, so certainly they're going to try to take it in and score.
Sanders on a wing left, wing Reed right. Long count by the quarterback as the handoff to Jeremy Reed, skirting to right into the 35, inside to the 33-yard line, and Marshall now starting to blow Nelson County off the ball, picking up big chunks of yardage after that first down.
Game.
Tight end right side is second. Brock gets Ladd on the left side, a wing each way, and Reed left. And Sanders right. Long count by Rockney. Now Reed through the backfield in motion right. Takes the toss that way. Looking for running room. There is none. Boblett runs him out of bounds. Palmer Smith was there, and even a big defensive lineman pulled the far hash mark right side, 32-yard line. Change to move it or at the Nelson County 27 and a half. It'll be 3rd and 4.5 to go. Reed again through the backfield in motion. Play action rolling left. Throws left second Brock. He was the short receiver in the opening half. Second quarter action, Nelson County 7 and Marshall County nothing. This game could easily be 21-0 Cardinals. Marshall still hanging in there. Rockney with a long count. Now Sanders through the backfield, running to option play. Rockney hit in the backfield, one spins forward, but still only picks up 2 yards on the play. Nelson County's defense holds 5:16 second quarter, taking over with
punt. So they've had 2 chances and they've come away empty.
1st and 10. Nelson 31 with 5:13 to play in the quarter. Ray Child through the backfield in motion. Boblett off right tackle 35, rumbling to the 40 and across to maybe the 41-yard line. Where do they spot the football? The knee hit at the 41. The football held to 28 yards a week ago. He's already up to near the half-century mark in the first half. He'll get it again. 45, midfield, lose 45, 40, 45, 30. There he goes. See you later. No, he's brought down from behind. Great speed by Bobby Sanders inside the 20-yard line. Boblett looks to be pulling away from him, but Sanders had the angle, wrapped him up at the 14. The officials move it back to about the 17-yard line, but a huge gain by Kyle Boblett and another Nelson County 1st and 10.
A little trap play in there, and he broke up the middle. And looked like he was going to go the distance, but the Sanders kid, who you mentioned, has the speed. He had an angle on him, and he ran him down from behind.
It's 1843. They really are the convenience drugstore.
Carries for Kyle Boblett have netted Nelson County 52 yards. He's now up to 91 on 9 totes. Nelson 1st and 10 at the Marshall 17. Long count Stone. Handoff right side. Child with room 15. Angles to the 10. He doesn't get it as again. Great pursuit on the wide end run as Tony Bevel came up and leveled Ray Child. Bobby Sanders, who's already shown great foot speed, also there to make the play.
Give us the breathing room that we need.
Stone under center, Jansen on the near hash, right side, just inside the 11. Drive started on the Nelson 31 4 plays ago. Play number 5 upcoming with Stone under center. A wing either way. Boblett behind him. Gabe on the option. Turns the corner. Speed for the end zone on his feet. Inside the pylon. Touchdown, Nelson County. Gabe Stone deceptively fast. Gabe Stone at 100 through the air. Now matched by 7 over land. 20 touchdowns Gabe Stone's been involved in on the offensive side of the football. Shelburne swings the leg. It's up. It's Nelson County 14. Marshall.
If you're going to go all out.
A 4-yard run by Gabe Stone, a 3-yard run by Joey Sims, and $50 donated to the Nelson County Cardinal Athletic Program from Edwin Cecil Auto Sales. A swift kick taken by Sanders at his 15, center of the field at the 25, over the 30 to the 31-yard line. He's brought down Marcus Williams with a good special teams play. You know, Marcus Williams, Minor, good
Leadership within the squad.
Win wide receivers to the far right side of the field. Ladd standing on the hash mark. Sanders on a tight wing. Rockney back to throw. Hit by Farmer Smith and dropped at the 25-yard line. Farmer Smith, we told you he's the leading tackler on Nelson County football team. He came into the game.
never retreated, and he really put the lick on the quarterback.
Hold on the sideline. Tom McClendon, though the heat is on. We'll come to him in a moment. Rockney across the middle. Pass caught by Ladd. Up near the 35. Now across to the 38-yard line. Nice slant pass there, and Ladd picking up.
Those two kicks, they're in good shape here.
How's the heater?
Great.
Oh, hot foot Tom. Rockney across the middle. In and out of the hands of the diving Brian Sims as the intended receiver. Running the slant pattern from the left side this time, because I take the 10 men that are 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. I don't run them back. I let Brian Sims do whatever he can do with the football. High snap. High spinning kick. Coming down near the 30. Caroming inside to the 28-yard line and out of bounds, taking a Nelson roll back to the 30-yard line.
Gabe, but maybe possibly run an option. I think it's all possible to try to get another score on the board.
Ball right at the 30-yard line. Through the backfield in motion goes Sims. Inside handoff. Childs hit in the backfield. Out for a loss of 2. They tried the inside scour, but it certainly didn't fool the defensive end. Coming up in negligible gain on second down. They may call a timeout before third down to go. Boblet the single setback. Again, Childs in motion. Handoff straight ahead. Childs 30, 35, 40. Right sideline 45 in midfield. 45, 40. Jet 35, 30. Inside the 20. Bounced out of bounds at the 18-yard line. Kyle Boblet maximizing every yard on the football field. Finally brought down by the quarterback on offense. And the safety valve on 47 yards by Kyle Boblet, who's gone over the 100-yard mark already by halftime. That's the seventh time this year. It's Stone rolling right. Now tucks the football at the 25. Nailed to the sideline, out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Downfield, getting a late hit before the whistle was blown. Corey Mattingly took one against Gary Rockney.
Back there before we got out of bounds.
He picked up 4 yards on the play, also stopped the clock at 1:24 in the process. Stone, play action, rolling left, looking that way now across the center of the field. Poked by Mattingly, carried it, separated from the football. Big hit by the safety, Tony Bevel, who leveled the intended receiver. Mattingly would have had a first down, but the incompletion does stop the clock at 1:17 to play before halftime.
I tell you, Corey really took a pop there. We've got a penalty flag on the far side of the field. It looks like it may be holding because they're pointing back towards Nelson County's side of the field, and Marshall County celebrating a little bit. Could be a big break for Marshall County right here before the half.
Well, Nelson County has had a drop touchdown pass in the open field by Brian Sims. Gabe Stone hit Sims in the corner of the end zone far side. You couldn't see whether...
Right there, Corey took a real hard pop, but the ball was there in his grasp. Just couldn't hang on to it.
2 wide to the left, 2 more to the right side of the field as Boblet stands to the left side of Stone in the shotgun. Gabe drops straight back under pressure, throws the screen across the middle to Simmons. 25, cutting at the 20, back to the 15, still on his feet, down to the 12-yard line. That's going to be awfully close to moving the chains as the clock now stops with 1:04 to play in the second quarter.
Nelson County went shotgun. Then they brought Brian back almost directly down the line of scrimmage where they had some people in front of the block. We've got a timeout on the field.
Nelson County 14, Marshall County nothing.
Here, you and my headphones, they're really into it.
Well, that may be a good sign, Tom. Is Stone first and 10 under center. Jansen runs the option left side, gives it to Boblet. Oh, he fakes it. Now a late pitch to Sims. Joey inside the 5, dives for the end zone. What do they give him? What do they give him? They may say that Gabe Stone pitched the ball late and forward, and that's exactly what the call's going to be. Joey Sims was awfully close to getting inside the pylon for the score. Gabe Stone, though, he signaled to Mark Brown immediately what the call was. He knew he pitched it late, and he knew he pitched it forward past the line of scrimmage.
Well, it was pretty close, but last week against Henderson, I mentioned one time it's kind of like a basketball fake.
Stone, who appears to be healthy on second down and 13.
We've got 55 seconds left in the half.
Nelson started his drive on their own 30-yard line, back with 2:17 on the clock. 5 plays later. The officials have yet to properly spot the football, apparently. Now they're going to say, blow the whistle.
Well, I guess all this new math is just took them a while to figure out where to spot it.
Stone quickly under center with 2 wide out to the left side of the field. Boblet the single setback. Now Joey Sims through the backfield. Football hits the ground. Stone looks to have lost it, and Marshall looks to have dodged another bullet. They'll start the clock. It must still be Nelson football. The officials with no signal. Now they say third down in Nelson. No nobody's listening. We may see a halfback pass. So they instead run Brown off the field. Stone spikes it. It'll be fourth down upcoming.
The third touchdown, which has really put us in driver's seat.
Fourth down, 16 to go. Keep an eye on number 6. He's the left halfback. The backup quarterback will get the handoff. He'll run right. He'll throw for the end zone. Underthrown on a penalty play. In and out of the hands of Quinn. Offensive or defensive interference. That could buy Nelson County a first down and goal with 23 seconds to play.
I tell you what, it'd be interesting to see what they call. We did have a halfback pass there, Ross Brown throwing the ball. And if we miss out on this scoring chance here, it'd be a big one.
He was an illegal receiver, an illegal player downfield as Nelson County running linemen past the line of scrimmage. Minor, 3 times Nelson County could legitimately have touchdowns on the board to go with the
strange game. Even though we're in charge right now, we haven't played well the last 5 minutes.
What does Rockney do with his team down by only 14 points? He'll leave it up the middle, and a big hole opening up for Jeremy Reed, busting through tackles at the 25, forward to the 30 and to the 31-yard line. 17 seconds to go before half in the locker room. As you said, Minor, Mark probably is livid. Another handoff, right side Reed. This time drops in the backfield on what is the final play of half number 1. Nelson County rushing 12 yards, passing just 81 for the Marshall County Marshals, yet they trail only 14-0 as Chris Shelburne kicks a high kick, landing inside the 15, fielded at the 8, left sideline by Sanders. Go! Right 30, out of bounds at the 45 to the 38.
45, who is that?
Well, last week a 21-7 halftime lead had many believing that would not hold up. It did. Will 14 points win the game for Nelson County? We'll have to wait and see. As on
videotape of his kid's first communion, I'm supposed to send him.
35, forward to the 30.
Nice
Lauren to say Major Stoney.
Center Jimmy Riley facing nose guard Jason Caldwell on second down and 6. Again, the handoff right side, the option by Rockney. He lost the football. He's down after a gain of only 1 yard on the play. What are the officials signal?
11-1.
Looks like the football remains in the hands. All folks, you deserve it. Third down and 6. 3 wide receivers in the formation. Now Sanders comes through the backfield to the left side, dropping Rockney with time across the field out of the hands of Farmer Smith. Had the interception on his back heel as Gary Rockney has not thrown the football well. Dangerous in punt formation. Nelson County fumbles 2, nearly blocked. This one is an end-over-end kick by Davis. Hits at the 40, rolls inside the 35, tumbles to the 30 before finally coming to rest at the 26-yard line in Nelson County territory. It wasn't pretty. Opportunities to score came in bundles in the first half. Nelson County with only 2 touchdowns on the board is Stone. Leaves it with Bomlet. He may get a yard over the center. They hand it off to him deep on a draw.
We have lots of balls.
Actually,
you got a digital camera here? Hey. Yeah, I like this. Come on, come on. Take me out. It's tricky, man. It's tough to follow. I know it. Yeah, I watch them.
But now on the play before, fortunately Joy recovered for us. That time Marshall County fell on it. And once again, we've given us Marshall County an opportunity to hang on with a chance to get back in this ball game.
And good field position with 8:35 to play in the third. Nelson still with a 14-0 lead. Toss right side, Morgan Jarrett. Skipping up near midfield before being brought down at the 49-yard line, still in Marshall territory. You give a good...
Before he in and went to a 53 defense and brought Joy out. And right now we're in 53 defense.
3 deep secondary out of the wishbone come. Handoff, Bobby Sanders sprinting into the secondary. 45 down to the 40-yard line in Nelson territory. He went 10 yards about as fast as you could say Cardinals. And right now Bryanson's the one getting up slow to his feet. 14-0 Nelson, but Marshall County
on their heels, and they're starting to gain some momentum.
Double tight wishbone formation. Ball in the center of the field is Rockney. Runs the option left side, turns the corner, and flips down on a play that was destined to gain more than... Well, let's dance with what brung you here as Mark Brown's 52 has won 12 football games this year. Toss right side Morgan. Has blockers out in front. Looks for room, but he's dragged down from behind as the man who fumbled the football for Nelson County came up big on defense and got the jerk. Third down and 8. The ball outside the 37-yard line as Marshall moves in Nelson territory. Rockney, 5 steps off. Now looks to set the screen and does to Bevel. Gets 5. Elder played it perfectly. Stopped Tony Bevel for a mere 2-yard gain.
They had that set up real well, and probably Matt Elder was assigned to the screen on that particular real big play here for him.
6:14 running in the third quarter. Nelson County 14, Marshall County nothing. Sanders through the backfield, joining Ladd in a double formation left side. They'll throw the screen. Who caught the football? Nobody did. It hit the unsuspecting Bobby Sanders in the back. And Nelson County's defense again comes up big. It's time for the offense to start.
Hadn't been really on the money at all.
We've got a couple of pork burgers, Minor. I hope we get a timeout to chomp on them here. As on first down, Childs, the second man through, hit after it 2 yards, maybe a 3-yard gain off right tackle. You call the line back about 2.5.
Well, pretty good spot there for us.
Second down, we'll call it 6 yards to go as Nelson. Under 6 minutes to play in the third. Stone fires behind Joey Sims, make it Brian Sims, who can't make the fingertip catch on a cold night.
I tell you what, that would have been just an exception.
Wes Bradley now, the single wide receiver. Near side right to the wide side of the field. It's Stone under center with a backfield split behind it. Now Childs in motion on the option. Gabe, late pitch to Childs. Can he make the move at the 40? No, he's wrapped up and dropped on a gain of 1. Good defensive play. Bobby Sanders came up and took the outside away from Ray Childs. So Marshall's defense coming up and forcing Nelson off. Tandem of Sanders and Morgan standing at their 25. Low snap. Stone fields it on a hop. Gets it away under pressure. Tekken Brock hits him, but not hard enough. Falling down, Morgan makes the catch inside his 25-yard line. Gabe, take a couple of acting lessons. Under center, Rockney in a double wing formation. Play action, rolling left, half time, fire center of the field. Ray Childs tackled at midfield by the intended receiver, Bobby Sanders. Childs had that played perfectly, and Rockney, not only did he throw the INT, but he got it by Morgan at the right safety, the free safety position. Nelson County first and 10 at midfield is Stone. Leaves it up the middle with Boblett, running in traffic for 4, maybe 5 yards on the play, down near the 45.
See what, second here in about 5 yards. 4:23 left in the third quarter. I'd really like to see us take it in and score here. We've been kind of inconsistent off
score. I'd definitely like to see us hold on to the football. Brian Sims wide to the far side, left is Stone. Rolls that way with time. Now under pressure, now fires. Got Childs in and out of his hands as he made an adjustment and couldn't come up with the football. In coverage, Tony Bevel, but Ray Childs had a step on him. Gabe Stone through the air.
Been pretty inconsistent midway through the second quarter up through this third quarter here offense.
Clock stopped at 3:55 off the incompletion. Third down, long 5 for Stone. He'll toss, no, he'll fake. Now he'll set the screen. It's well defended. Gabe will just run out of bounds and lose yardage on the play. Great job by the defensive Marshall County Marshals as they sat on Kyle Boblett on the screen. And first offensive drive, now Stone in punt formation for the second time this half on a penalty play. Gets away a boomer. Sanders fields it over his shoulder inside the 5. He has running room, but he doesn't make. The 15-yard line is down to make the tackle. The man that snapped the football on the play back to the 44 in Nelson territory is Masterson. After sprinting 50 yards downfield, now has to get another snap off to Stone. Hit him in the hands this time, Brett. He does. Gabe with all kinds of time. Gets away a tumbling, end over end kick. Middle send Sanders to his 13. Running left with running room with the 35-40. Sanders at midfield, down the sideline 40. Stumbling inside the 33-yard line. Nelson County territory. It would have been first and 10. Marshals at their own 13. The Nelson County
three-pointer to beat us. Once again, we've got Marshall County in position maybe to cut the lead from that.
A batter, Gary Rockney under center, tosses left side to Jeremy Reed. He won't make the line of scrimmage as he falls down from behind by Vincent Delaney. Also,
that front 5's done a great job.
and now timeout on the field. Is it called by
Another yard, but he didn't. It's now 3rd and 7.
And Rockney trying to get his back set behind him. Now Morgan joins Sanders in a wishbone set. Play action. Rockney up the right sideline, has the man over the head of and a touchdown. Who was the intended receiver? It's number 8, Wes Teckenbrock. So Brian Sims don't feel so. Fourth down, 7 yards to go, 2:06 to play in the third. Marshall County going forward as a new quarterback. drops the throw. Mark Henson, he fires the same pass up the sideline. This time, Stone makes the interception and goes out of bounds in the end zone. They tried to victimize Gabe once more. One official signaled touchback. The other was going to split the single back behind Stone. As wide to the left goes Bradley. Hand off left side, Joey Sims skirting, bouncing off tackles, picking up 2 hard-earned yards. He took a big pop from the inside linebacker, Brett Gibbs. Gibbs weighs 235 pounds. Joey Sims is listed at 178, Minor.
Football being played for both teams.
We're under 90 seconds left in the third quarter. Nelson facing second down and 8. Stone with time, rolls, lost the pass, caught by Joey Sims. First down, right sideline, and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Now an official on the far side is going to wave off the catch from an official who is standing 2 feet away from Joey Sims, who is now down on the field.
Well, of course, the Nelson County team was standing along the sidelines. We couldn't see his feet, but it sure looked like it was a heck of a catch for Joy, and it looked like it came down in bounds, but obviously the official didn't see it that way.
Well, the first official actually signaled the right arm in motion that keeps the clock running, so Mark Brown. He'll keep Childs and Boblet in the backfield on 3rd down and 7. Stone gives it to Childs, turning the corner, 25, lowers his shoulder to the 28-yard line, but he'll be 2 yards shy of an Nelson County first down. Last week, it was Kyle Boblet taken out of the football game. 14-0 Cardinals in the ever-dangerous Sanders and Morgan in punt return tandem. Stone gets away a spiraling beauty. It'll send Sanders inside his 30 to the 28. Running right side, now cutting back left at the 35. Still on his feet to the 39-yard line before being hauled down finally on a good special teams play by Simpson. And we get a late flag flying in. Looked like Daniel Riney of Nelson County was involved in some kind of fracas. Whether or not it was instigated by Marshall or Nelson, the officials will try to sort it out here.
I tell you, Marshall has good field position unless the penalty is against them. I tell you, Nelson is walking downfield, and it is against Nelson. I tell you, we've had some very questionable penalties tonight, and this is another one. It came late, and obviously something was seen by the official down the field. I really think about the middle of the second.
Against them, so anything that happens, they're going to be more inclined to call it Marshall County's way. New quarterback again is Mark Henson. He'll leave it. Second man through. Morgan on a penalty play. It's blown before. A nice pass downfield that turned into a Gabe Stone interception. Certainly with your field general on the sideline, the Marshalls will have to manufacture offense in another way. Through the backfield, right side in motion goes Morgan. Busted play. Dropped in the backfield by Jason Caldwell is the quarterback. Mark Henson still under center as we hear that Gary Rockney has an injured throwing elbow. Double reverse handoff. Jeremy Reed breaks the tackle in the backfield. Struggles forward for 4 hard-earned yards. He just as Bobby Sanders, but you look at the scoreboard. Nelson's dominated it on the field of play, but it's still just a 2-touchdown lead at 14-0. 3rd down, 15 to go for the Marshalls. Rolling right side is Henson. Under pressure from Caldwell. Now throws across the middle. Pass caught by Ladd inside the 40. Dumped at the 39-yard line. Converging 33 and 34. That's Kyle Boblet and Ray Childs for the Cardinals. But you got to figure.
Thought they were trying to go for it.
See if they go for a long count. Here is the punter. Standing back on his own 48-yard line. Donald Davis. They'll fake it. Off to Bobby Sanders. Out of bounds. 35. It's going to be close. It'll be very close as Bobby Sanders, the up man, took the snap, and they look to fool Nelson County just long enough to perhaps pick up 1st down and 10. We can't see at all where they spotted the football. It's obscured by not only the Nelson County sidelines, but also the officiating crew. And it looks like they'll bring the chains from the far side of the field. I just can't get a gander from where I see the tail end of the football now, Minor. I think it's going to be a Marshall County 1st down.
Well, Nelson County seems to be acting like it. Probably he could have possibly made it.
I think the crowd will tell you right now what the call is. Marshall crowd across the way says it bothered to measure on that one. Backup quarterback at the helm for Marshall County as the injured Gary Rockney still on the sideline. Mark Henson calling signals with a wishbone behind him. Football is loose. Or is it? Running back is not loose as he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage and looks to... Well, a pickup of 2 on the play is on second down. Handoff.
Come on, Tony, go, Tony.
Marshall County in this football game, and just like that, Minor, with 9:47 running on the fourth quarter clock. Nelson County bringing in substitutions. Big Nelson territory has been all night long. First and 10. Hinton in the wishbone, tosses left to Sanders. Inside and crossed by Brian Sims. Cousin Joey injured on the sideline. Right. Loss of 2 on the play, setting up second down and 12. Clock approaching 9 minutes to play as again Hinton with the wishbone. Play action with time. Now pressured. Now fires to the end zone. Double covered. Lead overthrown. Intended. 10-0 at halftime, and that's where we stand now as Marshall facing 3rd and 10 at the Nelson 15-yard line. Right side overthrown. Intended for Bobby right in front of the center. Jimmy Riley as Nelson County in a 5-2 defensive set. Now the timeout called, a whistle certainly blown, and what do we have here from the officiating crew out of Louisville? Looks like we're going to get offside. Marshall County lining up in the neutral zone when you know what play is.
Ball in the end zone, close to the R. I think that'd be the best chance to score.
Upcoming on this drive, play number 8 is Hinton. Drops the throw. He's got time. Now the pressure breaks him down. Throw to the end zone is tipped. And intercepted. No, incomplete. Farmer Smith got his hands on it.
We can mount a drive here where we can take it down and score.
It'll be Stone again under center. First time Nelson's offense has had the ball in this quarter. Gives it up the middle to Boblet. He breaks over the 25 to the 26-yard line. He was an ankle tackle away from sprinting yards in bunches. Recall he had 143 at halftime. He now has 163 yards right now.
It's virtually fat-free, so you get nothing but juicy, delicious fried chicken taste. Handy Food Mart's roasted chicken pieces are bigger than other places, too, so you get more meat in every mouthful. Call in to order ahead of time, and it will be ready when you get there. Handy Food Mart on Highway 245, just west of Bardstown.
Out of the timeout, Gabe Stone sees his Cardinals facing second down and 5 yards to go. Inside handoff, Ray Childs trying to find running room but can't as he skips up near the 30-yard line.
Ball back with an opportunity to score.
Stone under center as the ball resting in the center of the field. Back split behind him. Handoff, Boblet. There's the first down for Nelson. There's more at the 35. Breaking tackle to the 39-yard line. Kyle Boblet doesn't want this to be his last high school football. Now near 7 minutes to play. Nelson County 14 and Marshall County nothing. Keeping the game close, the Marshall defense and Nelson County mistake. Stone play action, rolls left, fires left side. Dugan with a one-handed attempt. Saw it go off his right paw and then out of bounds. He stops the clock with 1 tick over, 7 minutes to play. Boblet right, Childs left in a split backfield behind Stone. Handoff Boblet. Boblet nailed at the line of scrimmage. Just fight forward. Extra effort alone just for 1 yard on the play.
3rd and 9, and the clock winds down at 6:46.
Nelson County from a tie football game. They lead 14-0 as Stone under center. A wing either way in Childs left and Brian Sims right. Gabe rolling. Gabe steps up in the pocket. Yes! Back in the football game to the 40. Still on his feet until Mike King runs it down at the 47-yard line. You don't see Gabe Stone throw a poor pass right at midfield to catch what looked like a Taylor.
But offensive tackle Michael King running down from behind and brought him down with a hard flick.
Still too much time in this football game. If you're a Nelson County fan, 6-13 with Marshall setting up 1st and 10 at your 38-yard line. Hinton leaves it inside for the fullback. This time Bevel is stacked up. He may inch forward for 2 on the play, but Nelson's defensive line, led by penetration from the nose guard, Jason Caldwell, stopped that one for a gain of, well, maybe 3 yards on the play. As again, it seems like running.
Like he gained maybe a couple of yards, no more than 3, and he got a good spot on that one.
Sometimes they say in baseball you're a pitcher's umpire. Looks like you're an offensive referee in this ball game. Cross left side, Sanders. Bobby struggling for yardage. May have lost the football. Bobby comes up with it, but was the whistle blown? They'll signal Nelson County pigskin. A turnover by Bobby Sanders on a 2-yard game touchdown. Quit giving them a chance to stay in this game. Boblet behind Stone. Sims in motion left. Bryant takes the handoff. He'll cut it up at the 35. Lower his shoulders. Spin away at the 40. Still on his feet to the 42-yard line. 12 yards on the carry. First down, Brian Sims. Sims came into this game with 11 carries and a 16.7 yards per tote average. He picked up 12 there as Boblet gets the quick handoff. 45. Lowers his shoulder and across the midfield line to the 49 in Marshall County Terrace game. A first 200-yard game on this season. Could it be in the offing for Boblet? He'll pick up 2 more off right tackle. Make it 3 and enough for another. Nelson County first and 10, number 33, eclipsing the 174 he put up on just 10 carries against the Butler Bears. First and 10, Nelson at the Marshall 46-yard line. 4:04 to play in
55 North 3rd Street.
Cardinals facing first and 10 is out of the timeout. Another Boblet handoff and 3 more yards off left tackle as Mike Jansen 5 yards downfield just drove. Well, he's being recruited hard by several American Conference schools, namely Ball State in here last to take a look at 675. As on second down, another handoff. Boblet at the 35. Right sideline 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5,